7 P.M. Roll call.
Preble,
Here.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes. Items pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Presentation of open meeting notice.
Meeting notices were posted on Friday, March 15th at the library, the city hall, the post office, and the website.
Thank you. Council acceptance of agenda.
Motion to accept.
Second. Motion is second to accept the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Personal appearances. You want the audience, wish you got anything sound on the agenda? Doesn't look like it. Move on to the minutes for March 4th.
Move to accept.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the minutes for March 4th. Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Committee reports, finance.
Finance met this evening at around 6:30. I'll make a motion to approve the payment to RT Fox for RTP grading in the amount of $19,620 to be funded through developer fees.
Second.
Motion second. Motion and the second to pay RT Fox. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve bill and payrolls in the amount of $561,782.45.
I'll second.
Motion and second to pay the bills. Any questions on the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Preble.
Yes.
Okay, wait, I'm in the wrong line here. Sorry. Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the special event packet for Edgerton Night Market with an update of changing the August date to August 16th.
I'll second.
Motion second to approve the special event packet for Edgerton Night Market. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to move forward with the proposal for solar and EV charging installation with Arch Solar.
I'll second.
Motion second to approve Arch Solar for the solar EV projects. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Move to approve the 2024 lead service lateral replacement bid to the lowest responsible bid of Miller Pipeline LLC in the amount of $697,329.15.
I'll second.
Motion is second to approve the lead service lateral replacement bid. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of a mower for DPW from St. Lawrence Equipment in the amount of $11,245.
Second. Motion second. Approve purchase of the more for DPW. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to introduce and approve the first reading of City of Edgerton Ordinance 24-04, amend chapter 167 alcohol beverages, section 167-4 licenses and fees in the Code of Ordinances to remove the restriction of the number of licenses that can be in the historic district.
I'll second.
Motion is second to introduce and approve first reading of City of Edgerton ordinance 24-04. Any discussion?
I gotta ask, first of all, I don't think we need more than 6 in our downtown. I know everybody says we don't have a rowdy downtown, but I think if we had 10, we probably would be. What would our rights be if someone put in, or 2 or 3 people later down, and we know these guys move down there? What would our rights be to deny one? I mean, can we just say we've had enough, or the city doesn't restrict it? So do we have, if we're within the 10 and somebody's requesting one, how would we say, all right, finally 9 or 10 is enough? I mean, would there be? There wouldn't be, would there? So last night closes up and they open up one down here. Guy Mario's decides to put a bar in. We've got 9 bars on a 2-block strip, guys. I don't see it. That's why there's a reason. There's a reason we've got 6. Well, we've already got our butts chewed by Mercy and all these other guys, the schools and stuff, for putting in an extra liquor license in the 1 mile strip or half-mile strip. I think we got 10 for a reason. We had 6 for a reason, and we overlooked one little area. Give it to her, let her have it, because that was our fault. We did it twice. We did it with Depot and we did it with this one. So we can't go back and make her abide by the 6th ruling. But there's nothing wrong with staying with 6 as far as I'm concerned within a historic downtown place. If we're just looking to fill storefronts with bars, I mean, shit, you can get, excuse my French, I'm sure you can get guys to come in and put a bar, I mean, cheap bar if you're gonna fill a storefront. That's all you're looking to do. I think we should fill storefronts with businesses other than bars.
So
That's
Jim,
my opinion.
are you suggesting changing it from 5 to 6 for the historic instead of just saying?
Just the number from what we have, because we screwed up and gave the business, the district, an extra
Right.
that wasn't, it was supposed to be the less than 50 or whatever.
Right.
That's our bad. We did it twice. We gave it to the depot when she
Right.
had it, and we gave it there. Let's just change that to 6, leave it that, instead of having the 5 and the special 1. Make it 6 and leave the 6 for downtown only and 10 total like we have. I don't think we need more than 6 in this little bit of strip, guys.
I apologize, what is in there now?
5.
Historic district?
There are currently 6, the ordinance says 5. There was an error in issuance.
Yeah, I know, I remember reading, I read about that, I just didn't know the exact number we had.
Okay, and so again, I just want to clear my head. You're saying change it from 5 to 6 for the historic
Yeah, the way it's currently
instead of just taking the historic thing off the table.
correct. Make
I see what you're saying. Okay,
Are all
I
10,
kept saying business, but I meant historic, yeah.
what,
are all 10 currently being, are they
Yes.
currently issued, all 10 are?
what if we did that, can we change it again at a later time?
Yes, you have control over this.
Anytime.
And keep in mind,
Anytime one was relinquished again.
it doesn't prohibit, all 10 could be down there, but the last 3 or 4 or 5, depending upon your ordinance, would have to comply with the provision that 50% of their income come from something other than liquor, which almost all of them probably comply with that now, but they don't
Sure.
have that restriction. So it doesn't stop you from having 10 bars downtown. It stops you from having more than whatever number you pick that don't have 50% of the revenue from something other than alcohol.
You know, I'm okay with Jim, and just my concern was, that we didn't block a restaurant. Because, I mean, you just say we don't need 10 bars and, pardon me, but we could, you know, we could use a couple more restaurants in this town, places to get something to eat. So I wouldn't want to be blocking something like that, but as far as an actual bar that doesn't get 50% from their food, then, yeah. that's-
Who has decoys license? Or is-
Decoy.
Okay, so that's still,
Well,
someone's holding. it
only
still.
until June, right?
So that'll be a, you know, probably in the downtown.
And this wouldn't just be Henry Street Social for 1 year, this would be ongoing, the exception would be ongoing, right, Jim?
Whatever any license above your limit, all of those licenses would have to comply and prove compliance with the 50%.
And because we made, people keep saying we made a mistake, I don't want next year to say, okay, well, now we're gonna fix the mistake. We made it 24, but now 25.
Yeah, and that's, I think, one of the things that was talked about is you could, at the next renewal, probably make the sixth license, the sixth license.
Right.
Meet the provision and follow that requirement. Staff isn't recommending you do that.
Maybe that's good.
But that's your choice.
I guess my thinking is a little bit different, is I tend to think of places where I frequent, like going out of town. I know for college towns and other areas, bar density, especially the downtown, is a big issue. I know it can be, but I tend to feel that especially if you're looking to open a business, the revenue that's generated through alcohol sales can be significant. And I think having that opportunity without the burden of 50% food, I think helps encourage some to come downtown. I don't know that all 10 downtown, but I don't know that 6 is necessarily enough. Like I wouldn't mind seeing a couple more establishments coming in downtown. I mean, we've got some establishments that are there, but not operating regularly, and I wouldn't mind seeing a way to make that possible, to get more attractions, more reason to come downtown and spend money. So I'm not opposed to the 6, but I'm also, I don't see anything wrong with saying that 10 citywide, including downtown, is that big of a.
So when you're saying
Yeah.
downtown, Sean,
Yes,
you're saying downtown,
historic, yeah.
historic.
Yep.
But when we refer to downtown, it's downtown, right? Along Main Street, it's downtown, that way? Okay.
Anything on North Main is not in.
But
I'm sorry,
it's over there.
wrong way. No, I meant down Main Street,
Yeah, Highway 51 is.
51,
Yeah, you
right,
get out to-
okay. I
And
just want
around.
to clarify that.
And then you're
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Downtown.
How many are currently being in use right now?
All 10 licenses are issued.
They're issued, okay.
Yes.
and how many are being, I'm sorry, I count myself, how many are being activated or that are active now?
All 10 are, there's only one. The only one that's not used is the decoy.
Out there without a place to have it.
Right, so you're obviously never gonna open that building again. So if they did, somebody would, that would be an automatic move.
Correct.
The other one's on the downtown or the country club, the cafe on Main, and last night.
Okay.
I see what you're saying, Jim, I think you have a point there. Instead of taking the restriction off completely, maybe just increase it in the historic by 1. I think if I understand what you're saying.
That was one of our options that were on there. And that's what I think the one we should stick to. We've lived with it, why can't we continue to live with it? Our downtown's over with it.
Back when we did put that in place, which is about 15 years ago, if I remember it right, I think the drinking. Culture is a good word for that, yeah, it was a lot more,
Well, there's no doubt.
yeah, and
I mean, there was,
a couple of bars were actually pretty much just set up to drink and get rowdy, so it created an atmosphere down there that previous mayor wanted to put a damper on, so he brought this forward.
So I've been open to seeing new uses for existing buildings, and I think we're seeing a change when you have the decoy going from a bar to a church. And a venue in what used to be a storage garage. And there are other buildings in the downtown if Kathy can do what she did with that building, there's a lot of opportunity for other types of businesses and not, not a college beer bar, but without saying any of the building, I mean, there are plenty of them that could make great restaurants, boutiques that sell alcohol a few nights a week. I just think I don't know, like now that Decoy is sold, if a developer, as is in the new TIF, wanted to redevelop the whole area across from A&W, that entire triangle, would you necessarily want to see another bar across the street from residential houses on Swift Street? Probably not. So it's becoming kind of an entertainment district. I mean, this is kind of where those things kind of feed off of each other. Yes, there will be issues like parking to contend with downtown, but the public safety issue hasn't been raised tonight. We've said it was created for that, and that's largely gone away. So I think we get out of the way and let entrepreneurs do what they'll do downtown and not have this artificial cap on the historic downtown.
You said it was created to do that, and it did that, and it's working, so now you want to do away with it.
I think culture has changed. And
Maybe.
bigger. And people see different uses for these buildings.
If the culture's changed, why do we need more bars downtown?
Well, I don't think they're all bars in the traditional sense.
I haven't landed,
Bar.
it hasn't landed yet, but devil's advocate, it's not necessarily more bars. I mean, I don't think, Henry Street Social is a traditional bar when you think about it, because you're not going in there starting at 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the morning, or, people, yes, there's a bar, yes, they have it. You could almost say the same thing about the lounge, is that, yeah, they're bars, but they're not what you're thinking of as traditional bars like they had in the 70s. Or even, the early 80s. So they're, like Casey said, they're interesting little niche places. I think the 1848 is very interesting. There was, there was a guy that was, I suppose it wouldn't have really been alcohol though, but the barbershop guy wanted to have tasting rooms, things like that. People's imagination. I don't know that, I think the culture has changed enough that we could allow them to have it. I still don't know that they would come and put in 3 more bars like the Red Baron or Two Brothers. I think they would be different kind of establishments. That's my opinion. I just don't think what.
So we have the right to deny a license to establishment. Not to take one away, we'd have to go through a process there, but if somebody comes and applies for a license.
You mean, if we have
Available.
we have 10 and right now Decoy surrenders theirs and we have it in our back pocket.
We don't have to grant it to,
We've done that.
I believe we did with
Yeah.
some Fulton Street addresses.
Correct.
Where we
Well,
denied.
it's not, if it's not an appropriate location for one, it's not zoned for it, you certainly could, but why else would you be denied? Just because,
No,
Because it'd be the 10th one in the 2 block area.
no, because, and that particular case, it had something to do with the reputability, if that's the right frame or word to
And
use for
That
that bar.
encouraged the limit, put in there.
Right.
you always have to be careful of who you're denying, why you're denying it, is it subjective, because you have a perception that's based on characteristic that you might not otherwise.
Yeah.
It's a slope that I'd be cautious.
Right,
about.
and we were.
And we were. And we
There
won.
was a lot of reasons for it.
Yeah.
It works for us. We got that OWI grant, so we have officers working at it.
There you go.
We've got a 2 block area to look at pretty soon.
Yeah, you won't have to go very far, just kind of sit there in the corner.
it's worth, I'm still good with my motion.
Any other discussion? The motion is to eliminate the number for restriction downtown, so roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Surprise, no.
Motion passed 5-1.
That's everything from finance.
Thank you. Library board.
Yes, library board met on March 12th at 6 PM at the library. During that, we announced that the library received a $20,000 grant for accessibility, and our plan is to use that to create a calming room for people with autism or other sensory disorders inside the library, so that families that are facing those issues feel more comfortable coming to the library. Our meeting rooms are just about done. We're down to touching up the paint and doing the punch list, and then they will be ready for use. And that was about it. Our next.
Thank you. Planning commission, we've got a couple things we gotta take action on here.
I'll take it. Okay, we'll make a motion to approve the first reading in the city of Edgerton ordinance 24-05, amend chapter 450-33E husbandry and chapter 450 zoning.
Motion a second to consider and introduce and approve the first reading of city of. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes. Motion passes.
And I do realize I left the last one out. I apologize. I'll read that matters.
No.
It's probably what caused Jim's pause.
Don't mess up on the next one, Paul.
I thought the 3 was right underneath where I finished reading, sorry. Okay, I also make a motion to, approve the first reading of the city of Edgerton ordinance 24-06, amend section 450-20, official zoning map of the Edgerton Code of Ordinances, city and Edgerton, Rock and Dade County.
Motion a second to approve the first reading of the city of Edgerton ordinance.
who seconded that?
Jim did. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes. Motion passes.
You got next.
All right, consider extraterritorial CSM to create 2 lots from the 3 lots North Staff Road in section 18 of the town of Fulton for width.
Second.
Motion second to the. Approve the extraterritorial. By Survey Map Creek and last, 3 lots of North Staff Road. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
I use all my voice up on my passion. I'll make this motion to approve the extraterritorial CSM to expand lot at 9,500 North County Road F from 2 acres to 10 acres for, in section 16 of the town of Fulton for Eddie Harrington, I'm sorry.
Second.
Motion a second to approve the extraterritorial CSM to expand lot at 9,500 North County F. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Well, different planning, wasn't it? Anything else we bring forward? Utility commission.
Utility commission last Monday, basically your usual consider paid vouchers payable operator director support. The only thing I'm gonna add to that is we did have a long-term member, can I say your name or? Step down from the commission, was Alana Shields, it's not going to be over 50th, I don't know, it's been on a long, long time. So we will be in need of, unless the mayor already has to remind, somebody to fill that spot. It's, you know, for those of you who've never served on it, it's not a high demand in time, but it's important. And if you want to sell it to somebody that you know, it's the first committee I was ever on. It's a very good place to start if you want to be involved in the city.
Usually short meetings, so.
Yeah,
Usually.
I think the record is 3 minutes.
All right, thank you. Historic preservation.
Historic met Monday, March 11th at 6 p.m. A couple of things came out of that meeting. There will be a public hearing on the historical preservation for the whistle, marking it as a landmark. And again, this does not preserve it as making sounds, just protects it from being potentially sold or anything like that. There will be a public hearing on April 22nd. April 22nd. Also, we have the folks from the depot come in and present their plans for some alterations. They're going to be moving the serving area into the main area. There will be a couple of holes that will have to be drilled out. They will be saving those rounds. So if they do ever move it again, we can have those patched up. A couple of color changes. They're also moving around in an entryway that's not connected. They'll keep it on property, but it will be removed from kind of the main area. They got approval on some very nice shades that will not attack the building. And we also tabled the proposal for signage. There's all the signage that they were looking for wasn't actually out by the road, it was on the side of the building, so we requested a little bit more information, a little bit more time to kind of do that. So we should have more information at the next meeting, but that's to be discussed on Monday.
Thank you. Next item is to consider second reading and adoption of the City of Edgerton Ordinance 24-03, amend chapter 208, direct seller, section 208-7, prohibited practices in the Code of Ordinance, City of Edgerton.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the second reading and adopt City of Edgerton Ordinance 24-03. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next item is to consider second reading and adoption of City of Edgerton Ordinance 24-02, amend chapter 167, alcohol beverages, section 167-10, general provisions in the Code of Ordinances of the City of Edgerton.
So moved.
I'll second. Motion second to approve second reading and adopt City of Edgerton Ordinance 24-02. Any discussion?
I don't remember what.
45 days for the license fee.
I just thought we
Yeah.
talked about decoys, so. TikTok, all right, okay,
45 minutes was your right.
all good.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes. Motion passes. Next item is consider mayor's appointment to the Joint Review Board. Casey's term is up the 15th of April. We have a meeting scheduled for the 16th of April. So if there's anyone that wishes to join that committee, it meets at 2 o'clock that day, 2:30.
Probably a time.
Somewhere in the afternoon usually. If there's anybody that wants to do that, I would nominate them. Or I can do it if nobody wants to.
I assume there's no issue with that, the council can appoint anybody they want.
It's someone from council, right? So,
Only.
I know, so.
Yeah,
You wanna do it?
I did it before.
You wanna do it or?
Before, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's I'll do it, but if you want to, it's, hopefully it's,
Didn't say I wanted to.
hopefully some good things coming through.
You were made for this. You were made for it.
So we want to nominate him, or do I do that?
Timmy, I'm the only one that's volunteered, don't just look up to
I've done it before. I second that.
I'll make a motion to appoint Tim Burdick to the joint review board.
I'll second.
Who seconded that?
Andy, this is Davis motion.
The Davis will take care of that.
Motion and second to appoint Jim to the joint review board. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. So, that was 7-0 because I voted on that one too.
It wasn't 7.
Oh.
See, that's for
7 with 1 abstention. 6 with 1 abstention.
Oh, that's a good way to put it, yes.
Okay, thanks for doing that, Jim.
Sure. Do
Mayor, all the persons and staff reports, in-house, in-person, absentee voting starts tomorrow, so you want to beat the rush on April 2nd. And, other than that, I don't have anything. Anybody else have anything? And motion not to go into closed session.
I move we go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 1985 1E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session to discuss and consider a land sale.
Second, go into closed session. Any discussion? Roll call.
Langen,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
We are in closed session.